What was the kid, Dawson's Creek, that just passed away?
Vanderbeek. James
Yeah.
Vanderbeek. Colorectal cancer. Dude, the message that he put out on his social media a couple of days before he died was so like, it hit me, dude. It hit me like dead on, man. I couldn't believe it. You know, some of the things he was saying. He's like, I was defined as an actor, but what truly defined me was being a father. And then, like, you know, knowing what his role was and how he could produce or how he could help. And then he's like, at the ending days, I didn't have any strength to even go outside and take care of what I needed to take care of. And yeah, it was pretty sad. The whole thing.
Harsh, sad, and truly realistic.
It's reality, man. It is what it is. You know, I hate to say that, but it is.
We got so far away from that stoic kind of guy. You know, he doesn't need to be the no hug, no I love you kind of dad, but it's still got to be a very strong and help his family.
Of course.
And it was cool to see say his name again, Vanderbeek?
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah. It was cool to see how he changed over a period of time too, where he says, you know, at first it was that it was the responsibility and the finance, and it changed from that to, you know, him being a father. And then it changed again at the very final stage about being loved because he wasn't working. He wasn't strong enough. He didn't have the health. And yeah, so really good message to everybody. And with that message being said, the harsh reality of life is it's tough. Everybody doesn't have, you know, an easy road. I understand that, but health is wealth. And we go and we're talking to Titan Medical, and this is the pinnacle of health and optimizing or giving yourself the best chance to be healthy. Mm-hmm. That's what this is about. So I'm thankful to be here with my big guy, Johnny. Mm-hmm. Birthday this month, big 29.
Oh, I wish it was 29. All these men.
You got the body of a 30-year-old kid.
I'm still cranking, thank God, you know, and that's the thing. That's the big thing I could say for you. You know, that a lot of people, they need to look at it, right? Like, you're an older father. A lot of these guys were younger fathers and couldn't even keep up with their kids or help their kids or do anything like that. And that's one thing you can do with your kids still. You can still roll on the mat with your kid. That's pretty good. And, you know, I don't want to say at your age, but at that point, a lot of people at your age are not doing that or even thinking about doing that, which is crazy. You're defying age as and limitations of what people think that they have at that age. So it's truly commendable. And it's definitely motivational, especially for me, you know, still go around this thing as far as, you know, being a father and everything like that. You know, obviously Peter's older, so it's not as much, I don't know, guess interaction like that, you know, like it was before when he was a little kid, because he's doing his own thing, his own man now, you know, all that good stuff. So, but it's still crazy, you know, being able to go out there, whatever I'm doing with him, tossing around the ball or whatever, it's still awesome to do that. And that's number one priority for people, especially dads out there. You got to be the example for your kid and your son or your daughter at this point, right? And that's the biggest thing I think out there. That what I told one of my employees the other day, I said, you know what's wrong with the generations right now is they don't take pride in their work. They don't take pride in what they do. They just get it done to get it done. They're looking for instant gratification. They don't want the lower end jobs because they don't want to work. And it's a whole change. Like, you know, before, like, and I made this as an example for one of the employees because she's younger. And I said, listen, I said, she's like, well, what if you had to clean toilets? I said, well, I probably wouldn't like cleaning toilets, especially at this point in my life where I'm at. But if that was my job and that was what I had to pay the bills, I guess I would probably do it to the best of my ability. And the reason I would do it to the best of my ability is maybe somebody would come along and be like, man, this guy does a hell of a job. We need to maybe give him a promotion and set up. People aren't going to give a promotion to somebody that's doing a half-ass job at their work already. You got a job, you're not doing your job, you don't care about your job, that's great. But at that point, that shows through too as well. And that goes along with what you're doing for your body too as well. Do you really care about your body? Are you putting as much effort into your body as you possibly can? Are you taking pride in your body, in your temple? You know, because I think that's a big one that a lot of people are not doing nowadays. Or they're doing it maybe just in a half-assed way, where I think that they could really maximize, what they're doing with their body and their health and being proactive about that. So taking pride in your body and taking pride in your presentation or your health in this matter should be a priority, like we were talking about earlier.
The reason why, just for you guys that are tuning in now, and Jeff, throw this up on. Get that rocking and rolling. Live on IG. The reason why we got into this morning is I threw a little speedball right down the whole middle, down the middle on a word that I knew that would trigger half, and the other half would go, that's the reality of life. Yep. And sometimes you've got to be the kick in the butt and the reality of life. The word priority, to most, is they'll correlate that to the word love or the representation of placing your priority of love to positions, not priority of life. And so my discussion was, there is things that are priority in my life, so I could be, like this saying, an example to my son. And my recommendation to all parents is to be an example to your kids, not by words, but by action. And one of the big things I agreed with Titan is that when he started jiu-jitsu as a white belt in a very young age, I said I would do that with him. And I'm a very old cat starting out something brand spanking new. And the old term of is never too late to start something. Right. And it's also a pretty cool thing to be able to start something brand spanking new as a white belt, because as an elite athlete in what I was doing, the change is minute. But to start something new, you go leaps and bounds. So it's really, really fun to start something new, craft, piano, a new language, whatever that be. This for me was jiu-jitsu along with my son. And it was an agreement that we made. And what I thought was cool about that is that I get to be active and do this journey with him. So the word priority, I said the other day, is my health has to be priority, so I can do my job, so I can provide for the family, so I can live a life, and also embody what my man Johnny here, which I really mimic a lot of his family stuff. I take notes of it and I go, let me implement this. The moments, the interactions, the activities with the kid. And I didn't want to be an old father. Now I keep saying old because in my day, most fathers went out and played basketball, went out and played football, went out and golfed with their kids and played tennis and went swimming and fishing. And in today's age, that's not something. And I'm not talking about old fathers. I'm talking about fathers.
Right.
There's 25-year-old, 30-year-old fathers that don't do anything except work, come home, sit on the couch, drink their beer, watch TV, and tell their kids to go be active. And it's like, why should I be active when, Dad, you're a lazy-ass punk, not doing shit. You're a slob, not taking care of your health. That's the reality of it. And so the word priority really triggered a lot of people this week.
People need to be triggered then at that point. They need to take care of themselves for sure.
An example to the kids. This is a great point. And this is you, Johnny. This is you as, Peter's been growing up. Peter's got what, 10 years? 10 years on my son.
Yeah, he's 16 and a half right now. So yeah, he's getting crazy. I mean, middle of junior year, he got the rest of this year, and then one more year left, and he's off to college. It's just it's crazy to think about. So yeah, it's nuts. Game tonight. We'll see how he does.
And you're at the games.
Yeah.
And are you white knuckling it still?
Yeah.
Or more?
It's crazy. Yeah, I just do every game now. Like when he's pitching, I'm on pins and needles, just sitting there and like, I'm praying that he does good, and at that point, like, I just want the best for him. It's tough. if you ever see them out there and they're struggling and you can't do anything for them, it's just, that's one thing that, it just sucks. I wish I could just be videoing him and just doing all that, but I'm not. I literally like just sit there and watch him and like literally have like this the whole time. So me and Shreese are screaming to him, helping him out, but it's just crazy. It's nuts. I thought it would go away.
It doesn't, does it?
Nope.
You parents out, let us know. Let us know if it does for you, or you're a calm person. I just put up something today about Mona's always in the coaching area for the wrestling and jiu-jitsu tournaments. And we have to always mute it or put music over it because of her linguistics are very unique.
I seen her on the mat. I seen her on the mat with him in one of those videos. Looked pretty cool when I was getting down. Active
parent out there being able to do this with him, man. There's nothing better. Jeffrey, what do you got for this man today?
A lot of statements.
A lot of statements. Go for the statements too, because it's if they contradict or they confirm, it's both good.
They agree.
So a lot of people right now, Johnny, Jeff is telling me that they agree with the statement that you got to take care of your health and represent your child.
Yeah. I mean, it says, I respect your parent. It means a lot that you're working hard in the gym. Having a dad who gave up sucks. So big respect. Yeah. I mean, your kids are learning from you.
They're that one.
Directly learning from you. So whatever you do, they're going to pick that up, and they're either going to take it or they're not going to want to do it one way or the other. And if that's, like a parent that's just sitting on the couch and not doing anything with their kids, that sucks. A parent that's going to the gym, showing the example of what they should be doing, right? This is like, all right, this is normalizing it for them. Like, hey, listen, we should be going to the gym. We should be eating good. We should be spending time together. All these good things that are supposed to be done instead of the negative. We're not spending any time together. We don't do any activities. You don't do any activities. We eat like garbage, and we're just going on in this vicious cycle, and a lot of the time, like, whether we like it or not, we follow in the footsteps of our father or mother or whoever it is, because that's how we grew up and that's what was normal to us. And sometimes people portray that, and that vicious cycle just keeps continuing on. It's not until you recognize the things that are wrong and then, or not optimal per se, and then you switch those things out. So if you grew up in a family that didn't have any nutrition knowledge whatsoever, never worked out, you're obese, you're coming onto your family now, what are you going to do, right? Are you going to continue on the path because, hey, listen, this is what I did when I was growing up? Or are you going to change some of those different things and maybe make them better for your kid? And that's what truly setting the example is, like doing what you're supposed to be doing and what you're telling your kid to do. And it will be a lot easier for your kid to pick that up and say, I'm going to do that too as well. Or they'll want to do it. Like, I'm sure, like, because Peter used to do it when I was younger, right? We'd like be training or we'd do something like this. And he was so eager to go do it too. He wanted to go do it, whatever it was. And, you get kids excited when they see you doing that. And then they want to do they want to follow in the footsteps of their dad if it's a son, right? Like, they want to emulate their dad in a lot of these different ways. And you see it nowadays. I see it the other day, right? They were comparing 8-year-old birthday parties, Mike. And they had an 8-year-old birthday party with a white kid. And I'm not being racist or anything, but they had a white kid and they had a black kid. And the white kid was worried about the magician and the tricks and the balloons and just having a good time eating cake. And the black kid, he had a gangster, mother and dad. And, you got some of these Disney stars twerking, and then the mother twerking, the kid getting upset because the mother's twerking in front of everybody, going up and punching the mother because he doesn't like what he sees with his mother doing, right? And then him at the end, like throwing fake dollar bills like this, an 8-year-old, right? And that's just the environment of what they've seen and what they've grown up in, and which at that point, you got to set a different example. Like, we want all our kids to do stupid stuff, then they're just going to follow what you're doing stupid. But if people have the morals, values, and ethics that we should have, a lot more kids would be more respectful. And that would then, I guess, generate a hell of a lot better generation coming forward. But it's just all in what you see out there and what these kids' environment and what they're doing.
It's interesting. It is a new era. And what I like is that there's enough research. There's enough research now to show the benefits of how you are as a parent and what you do for your body growing.
Yep.
So just for anybody out there that's in their teens and 20s or 30s, Ned Wager, some popular Instagram or influencer business guy, was a multimillionaire talking about, I thought it was great because I agree with him. He's talking about, I don't care how much money you have. If you're a fat slob and a billionaire, you're a loser. And I 100% agree. Absolutely. There's so many factors to life. And if all you're chalking it up to is that it's finance, then you're missing so many factors of life. It's like healthiness. Are you in shape? Are you able to dress yourself? Or are you just this filthy rich guy that's disgusting to look at? Man, it's a harsh reality that money is not everything. And then as a parent, again, it is not just that you're financially responsible for these kids, but you're trying to raise your kids to live without you coddling them and nurturing them so much that they can't survive in the real world, especially because now we're releasing these kids into a world that is really crazy. Mm-hmm. So just keep that in mind, folks. You're a representation. And so I appreciate you people that are here going, let me take care of my health. Let me be a responsible person. And again, Johnny and I are not talking bodybuilding. We're not talking any aspect of that. We're just saying a healthy individual, somebody that's healthy, that will be here for your kids in the years to come. And also that's showing them discipline. When you're upset, you don't need to go to the fridge to eat your ice cream. I mean, it's not a good parent. No, but I fed him. It's like, okay, so you're skipping the emotional part. All right. Salute to you.
Yeah. I just can't do it. This guy says, yes, a healthy man of the house is necessary for a man of the house to be around longer. This is so true, right? Like, one, you want to be healthy. Two, you want to be as strong as you possibly can, right? You're defending yourself, you're defending your family in any way, shape, or form that you need to. Like, you want to be the person that your family can lean on, per se. You want to be the atlas of your family, world on your shoulders, taking care of them around everything else. So I definitely agree with that.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Appreciate that comment, my friend. It's good representation. Go for it, Johnny. You see something else you like?
Yeah. It says, my father has low testosterone. It kills me as a man. I've always wanted a strong father. I don't even recognize the man I grew up with. Get him some help. If your father has low testosterone, right, then you need to give him some help. And at that point, get him on some testosterone, get him on the right program so he's monitoring him, and let him go back to where he was, right? That big, strong, because there's a lot of people with low testosterone, guys, and it will change a male the way that they are. It will make them more submissive. They won't be the same old guy that they used to be. You got to turn these things back around for your dad, especially. So blood test, see exactly where all these levels are at, and at that point, get some help. Type Medical Center can help you or your dad if you guys need it. Nationwide service, guys, but it's a big one. You know, I mean, as our fathers age and stuff like that, like my dad's still on testosterone. He's been on testosterone for at least 13 years now. So he had low testosterone when I tested him. Go ahead.
No, I like this. There's might be a small factor of at a point, this father was a very strong individual and he's still fighting it, and he has low T. And so it's kind of a savage, you know? And so, yeah. And he might not realize this because he's an old school guy. So you as his son, he might just go, you know, this is life. This is how I'm supposed to feel. I'm supposed to be broken at this stage of the game. And so now you come in and help him out and go, no, let's get you some healthier golden years, I guess you would say. So I kind of like the deeper meaning here, if I'm correct on that.
Yeah, he said on here, he followed up. He says, yes, he's taking extra tests now, but still no difference. So what is the difference that you're seeing with your dad? Because you said he had low testosterone. If he's on testosterone now, is he on the right dose of testosterone? And what changes are you not, or have you seen, I guess? And what do you want to change about what you've seen before to your dad to what is now? I mean, as they get older, especially my dad, he's whittled down, man. Dude used to be 250 pounds, say 6-7 years ago, not even, right? Now he's down to like maybe 150 because of cancer and all these different things, and him not being proactive about his health too as well. So, and then as they get older, other things are going to happen. So you got to take care of yourself. You got to be preventative and proactive about your health. It's the number one thing to do. Like if you're not, then I don't know what to tell you. You're going to wither away faster possibly. So just get a grip on it. And let's see what's going on with this guy's dad so we can try to help him out.
Is the guy's name Jordan?
Jordan Owen.
Yeah, Jordan Owen. Hey, how long has he been on it? Let us know down below again. And then if there's any more questions, I would, and we'll put this down there, contact Titan Medical, and we'll put down the website for you guys to go over to.
Yeah, he says he's glued to Facebook and phone. He isn't even there like a ghost. So your dad's doomsday scrolling all day? That's what you're saying? Like he just won't get off his phone?
Doom scrolling, yeah.
Doom scrolling.
Right. And so you just keep continuously, you're just on your phone, just scrolling away, and like you don't care about what else is going on. Time is passing and nothing else.
Jeff, you got to keep on these things.
How do you get him to wake up? So this is, I guess, the thing. So at that point, he said, yes, that's what he's doing. What else is he doing? Like, does he live with you? Because like my dad lives with me, right? So like I see everything. Or like, but if he's not living with you, what else is he doing? Has he got activities? Is he doing any hobbies? I mean, you got to get him out into life, I guess, and try to put down the phone. And listen, me being a business owner and me owning the business and answering all social media 24/7 and posting all that, I'm on my phone. But I can tell you this, I do take breaks from my phone, complete breaks. And I won't even look at it, like, because I know that I have to have some downtime away from the phone. And maybe that's what you need to talk to your dad about, like just having some downtime and, make it even better. Do an activity with your dad during this downtime. It builds the bond between you guys. You guys are doing something activity wise. And if you got any kids, being with the grandpa and stuff like that, that creates 3 generations right there that you guys are hanging out and doing that with. So super cool to do that. I mean, I would definitely look into doing an activity with your dad and putting down the phones or away for a while.
Jordan, do me a favor. Today, if you're still there at home or he's close, go to the house, tell him to put down the phone, get off Facebook, and go out for a 20-minute walk and talk.
Yeah.
Get that blood flow. That's all I'm asking you to do today. Go out there and take 20 minutes. Now, I've lost both of my parents, and I can appreciate the final days where, a shadow of themselves. But you get time with Pops, 20-minute talk, I say go do it. And also, it's just going to get a blood flow, kind of clear his mind, break the habit of being on the Facebook and everything. So do that for me today, and then hit me back next Tuesday when we're on here again, and let us know how he's feeling. Is he getting better? And then from there, let's get you on with Titan Medical and see where his blood work is now that he's been on this stuff, and see if there's something that we can do to fix that. Make sure it's kicked in. Okay?
Yeah, sure. And it's enough. Depending on what the dosage is. All right. Hi, Mike. I'm 32 years old and trained for 16 years. I wanted to add that I go to failure to every third set. But you told me time ago to keep like 10 to 20% in the tank periodically, ?
Yeah. Again, I don't know why you're going to failure. I'm glad that you've been training. I'm glad that you've been training a lot. But working out is just to get a little bit better for that day. That's all it is. It isn't to destroy the body. It isn't to go balls to the wall every single workout. There's a reason why your body grows and gets better. There's a reason why your body gets stronger. And it's not because you've given every single workout 100%. That's not how weightlifting is done. So I'm just trying to let you know that's not a thing. And your science-based lifters are going to tell you to get hypertrophy and all this doesn't work that way. Thank you, Captain. Yeah, of course I am. Of course. Yeah, you got to go 100%. Every single workout, 100%.
I'll tell you what, bro. Mike, if you want to do something to really maximize your gains, throw in some Hercules potion in those workouts, and you won't have to go to failure every third set. You'll feel the pump. You'll get a great recovery. You have the stamina to go and do more if you really want to. But at that point, you won't really need it. And I think it would be a big benefit, especially at 32. All right.
Execution over intensity.
That's a good one.
You know how everybody says,
everybody
says, I need the intensity. I need execution.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that has kept me being able to lift as heavy now as I did in the 80s. Look the way I do now than I did in the 80s. It's the execution of what I'm doing, not the intensity.
And what do you mean by execution?
That everything is correct. Everything is in it. I'm focused on what I'm supposed to do, the numbers I'm supposed to do, the weight I'm going to do, and I get it done. And it's not an ego thing. It's not anything that, oh, you got to go so hard. You can't talk to anybody. You got to be angry. You got to be all. No, you don't got to be any of that. You don't got to go to fatigue. Go.
I said that because you did say one thing that's important. You said the execution, making sure my numbers are correct, because a lot of people and young kids, they go to the gym and they're so focused on execution, but their version of execution means moving the weight in textbook form, regardless of how much weight they're doing, because they just want to make sure they look pretty doing the exercise.
They executed the movement, but they didn't execute what they really needed to do. And that's why I really say, you say intensity. I would say intensity and execution are vital for a good workout, because you can go in there and you can execute a movement. That doesn't mean you're going to get anything out of that movement. If it's somebody like this, Mike, if it's you, of course. But at that point, like, I wouldn't just tell somebody, hey, listen, go execute these movements. All right, cool. I executed them. I'm done. No. That's not how we want you to execute. You got to have some sort of intensity when you do execute. You got to be dialed in, focused, like you said, focused in on what you're doing, mind and muscle connection, and really, really getting down. That's the only way that I would know it. I mean, as far as somebody saying, like, because I do see the kids in there, and they're like, yeah, like, look at me. Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, what would you do different? I'm like, tell them, like, listen, man, I would get a little bit more, because they're just going through the movements. Even Peter sometimes. And I'll slap him back of the head. I'm like, dude, get intense. Like, we need to focus. We need to laser focus on what we're doing here. Not, I'm just going to do this and I'm getting on my phone right after, because it's a hurry to get through the reps and to get right back on the phone. And I'm like, dude, we're not going to do that. So the phone is down for the 30 or 40 minutes that we're training. And at that point, it's about executing. And if you want to talk, we can talk during that time and bullshit around like that. But as far as the phone, you're not to that level yet. When you get to the level where you're training hard, the intensity's there, and you got maybe a minute or two, you can get on your phone. You can be disciplined enough to get off it in the minute or two that you need and get back to what you need to be doing. Then at that point, you can do that. But he's nowhere near that stage right now, for sure. All right. Hi, Mike. Thank you for your time. I'm 40 now. I still feel energized day to day. I put this down to working out and eating healthy. How do you feel at your age day to day?
I feel blessed. Yeah. Freaking, it's awesome that I can still do this, man. For absolutely. Sure. Absolutely shocked, happy. I'm glad that the young buck didn't get caught up in the hype, didn't get caught up in the fads, didn't get caught up what other people were doing. Just appreciative that I was a young kid that understood, keep my mouth shut, listen to understand, don't listen to respond. And so I'm blessed to be able to do this today. And the level, it's not even just because this is one thing I think most people, when they talk about me, they go, hey, he looks good. He's still at this stage. Looks good. It's the strength. It's everything. It's the ability. It's the injury free. It's the range of motions. It's all the aspects of it. It's not just a visual thing. And I think it has to go with the mindset. It's just the mindset that there's, wow, Mona said to me about 10 years ago, it was a great statement she made. But anybody that comes from a communist country has a better mindset than most of us Americans. The sheesh stuff they had to go through. She just said, it seems as though Americans are so mentally weak. Your body's as strong as your mind. That's it. And your mind has to be so mentally strong. And I think that's the one thing it's hurting when people get over 35 or middle age at 38. It's like, okay, I'm just going to be the sideline parent. I'm going to drive them. I'm not going to participate. I called you this morning or talked to you this morning. I said, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm on my way to pump it up.
That's right.
And it's like, you're in your 40s now. And it's like, you're still kicking it like you were at 1920. It's like, there's no slowing down, but your mindset is, I got to be healthy. I got to do this workout. So I got to mentally get the workout in, not just for my body and my health, but for my mind as well.
Absolutely.
So
it's important. It's important for me. I mean, it's been a part of my routine for so many damn years. And, I mean, obviously I don't want to be weak. I don't want to like shrivel down to nothing. And I want to definitely be that dad that they're like, oh shit, like, Pete's dad's jacked, right? Like, that's how I want to be. I want people to understand, like, I want to be strong. I want to be a provider. I want to be that alpha male, a true alpha male in that sense. Of taking care of my family and being the product of that. So, I think a lot of dads out there and moms need to really look at themselves in the mirror and say, listen, 38 is definitely not the last of it. Even if you're at middle age, you can still turn things around and you can still do a lot of great things. So age is just a number per se. It's what you do with the time that you got left.
I love, because that's why I love this guy's, he's 40. And you and I have seen so many of these questions come across here, and the guy's like, I'm just turned 30. Can I still get in shape? And it's like, 30. So I like this guy's attitude. I like that he's 40. He's going, I'm doing good. And he's right. He's feeling good at 40 because of the work he's done these last few years.
And eating. Think about it. You're fueling your car. Would you go out and you get like a race car and you put the garbage 87 unleaded in it and expect it to run like it's supposed to? Absolutely not. So your fuel is everything too as well. Make sure you guys are eating good. How do you work out your neck? I mean, I guess there's a couple of the straps I guess you can put on there, or do what you need to do. I don't know.
You grab that. Yeah, we got some old school machines and stuff. Khaleesi just went in the pool. Yeah, we got the old school high school neck trap. So what I do is I stick this on Titan when he comes in there, and we learn to put it on backwards too, though, for him. So what we'll do is put the weight on the back. So now he's like this, and I'm like, "Come on, your meal," and he's like, "Arr." Yeah, but there's gadgets like this.
Yeah.
For you guys, make sure your girl uses it.
Oh yeah.
Make life better at home. And then there's machines at the gym. I do jujitsu now, so a lot of the work as I'm rolling, I'm using the neck. I'm going to switch up. Jeffrey, you jump in here. I'm going to go grab her from the pool. Yeah. I don't want her falling in. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Little pump skip by the pool.
Yo, we got a question here about Samorelin.
Ooh.
So,
Mike, do you recommend Samorelin?
So what is that? What are your thoughts on it? And are there any alternatives?
Yes. Yeah. So Samorelin it's a peptide. It's a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. It's one of the first that ever came out. Is there something a lot better? Absolutely. So CJC 1295 and Ipamorelin, same thing. They're both growth releasing hormone peptides, way better than Samorelin. One, you'll get two that are working synergistically together to get you a way better effect and more pulse. And the half-life in those drugs are a lot longer than Samorelin. So it stays in the body longer, works on the body a lot better. That's one. The step up from that would be Tesamorelin. Testosterone is the god of GHRPs, I would say. It has all the best effects of raising your natural growth hormone, way better than Semerelin. Works a lot longer than Semerelin because Semerelin really only works about 6 months, and then you get a big drop off. And it attacks visceral belly fat. So that's the thing. Semerelin might work 6 months tops, and then I would tell somebody to get off.
Do you just get used to it, or like can you take more?
Your body desensitizes. I'm sure you could probably take more and up the dose.
Okay.
But at that point, I wouldn't do that. I would go with CJC or Iprelin, same price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well do that. Or then if you want to make a big step up, go to Testosterone. And Testosterone is going to be way better as far as seeing numbers on the blood test. IGF-1 will go a lot higher for sure. You're going to get a bigger spike. And like I said, that visceral belly fat, attacking that, that's gold. That is gold. I don't know how much I could tell it to somebody before they start getting annoyed by it, but Testosterone to attack visceral belly fat, guys, there's hardly anything out there that attacks visceral belly fat like directly. And it has the FDA approval studies behind it because there's a commercial product of testosterone. So, for that, that's the one I would go with. And if you want to go with like a blend, we have like a Titan transformation that has testosterone, Iprelin, so it has the best there, and then AOD and MOTS-c. And that's the mix that I'm on currently, and most of the VIPs are on that I know, or the big heavy hitters. I mean, tons of WWE, tons of people, professionals in every aspect. Yeah. So, and then the normal guy that goes to the gym, like I've seen so much transformation just from people taking that stack. It's been ridiculous.
And then you said you see the blood markers improve. Like what's an average person's IGF before they start one of these treatments? And then what happened?
This is a one that I just had a phone call with. It's just crazy, right?
Oh,
so, yeah. So this guy calls. He tells the team that, hey, listen, I've been on IGF-1. I'm on the Titan transformation stack right now. I'm 40 years old. I'm active. I'm an athlete, and I didn't see no change. I didn't feel any different. I know how to eat and to train, everything like that. And I built a muscle. All right, cool. Well, this guy just had a blood test done like 3 or 4 days prior. He didn't get the results yet. Mm-hmm. So, I hear this. I'm like, all right, well, let me call him. Let me go over it with him. I'll do this from time to time if I hear a problem. And I'll be like, all right, well, let me look at the blood work. Look at the blood work. His IGF-1 before was at a 155, and he came back at a 305. He had 100% improvement on IGF-1 levels. 100%. So I got on the phone. I said, I go, hey, what's going on? I let him always talk and tell me their side. And then I start, just gathering that information. And then I'll be like, all right, well, there must be something that's off here because, you're telling me you don't feel any different. You're telling me you didn't gain or do anything different, but your IGF-1 went up 150 points. And that is that's a rare thing. Like I would say with like Semerelin or CJC, you're talking about 20 to 30 points. To go up 150 points, I'm like, dude, there's something going on in what you're doing. I go, so, you're older. You're over 40 years old, right? So you got to make sure that you're eating enough protein. You might have to eat more protein than you would normally do as when you're younger because as we get older, these things start getting tougher to do. Start shredding up, put more muscle on, right? Be in that metabolic phase that you were in when you were in your 20s or 30s. So at that point, like training might have to change, eating might have to change. But when we're seeing blood test wise, this is working. I don't know if you got to hear this, Mike. So we were talking about Semerelin. I told them the better would be CJC 1295 and Iprelin or Testosterone if they really want to step it up. But a real world example through blood markers, because I said that's what we'd probably look at, is I had a guy who was complaining that nothing's changing, right? But he just had a blood test done like 3 days prior, and he's been on IGF-1, Titan transformation stack currently. So I decided, hey, I'll call the guy back. I'll talk to him. So I started talking to him, started going through what he's doing, all this stuff. And then, ask him, like, what hasn't changed, right? Like, well, I haven't built no more muscle. I haven't been shredding up like I usually do. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking down at your IGF-1. And before you started taking this, it was at 155. Now you're at 305. So this is 100% improvement of where you're at. And this is, I told him, like, it's not a normal thing. You might get 30 points. You might get 40 points. You might get 50 points. But to go up 100%, 150 points, I go, this is a game changer for you. This is obviously working very well. And at that point, we need to change some things in what you're doing on the other side. And this guy is not some fat slob. He's a 40-year-old, but he's been a Ninja Warrior contestant. So he, parkour, like flexibility, movement wise, body strength, but I told him, I said, listen, this has got to be a change. So he's going to up his calories because I don't think he was getting enough calories and protein. I'm just being honest. And at that point, I think that was the winner. But to show him through his blood markers that it went up 150 points, he was just speechless. He couldn't say anything at that point. Like the ammo was there. Like, unless you're taking something extracurricular, and you still should be moving the needle then at that point, and which he was not. So you need to look at all these things. But testosterone or that Titan transformation stack, that is the gold. I mean, I don't know how many patients are on the Titan transformation stack and getting amazing results, including me. So I'm loving it.
300, for you guys that don't know, is like the pinnacle of what anybody would want to be at. Yeah, it's such a great number for recovery. How was his T levels good, healthy, good range?
Yeah, he's on testosterone with us too as well. So everything was dialed in. Testosterone looked good, estrogen looked good.
Free testosterone, a good range.
Yeah, free testosterone was good. That all looked good because listen, if they're on testosterone with us, or even the natural version with the clomiphene, and their free testosterone is not looking good, we throw danazol. That changes it one day. One day, I'm telling you, you could be deficient or low on your free. You take danazol, the next day you test, I guarantee you that thing is going to be through the roof.
Okay, so yeah, he should be feeling much better. But yeah, for me, just for you guys at home, I'll put myself, because of a calorie deficit, for a project or to look a certain way, and I don't feel good. Even though my blood markers are all great and dandy and stuff, just because I'm in such a deficit, I'm not going to feel great. But that's also just the reality of when you're dieting hard. It doesn't get easy. It doesn't get easy when you're dieting hard. So that's why I always like my protein's at 400, and that's when I am so happy.
Yeah. So
happy. It's such a good amount of protein. And it's funny because in the old days, they would say, eating that much protein, oh my gosh, you're going to be destroyed. Your kidneys and your my AST and LST are in the 34 and 37. It's like, yeah, it's weird, man. I've eaten high protein for almost 60 years. And so
You'll see.
I'll see.
You'll see.
I'll see. Sooner or later. I got up the mountain, down the other side on the you'll see. Don't do those behind the neck presses. You'll see.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Salute to those guys.
Yeah. What's the normal average IGF-1 level for someone in their 40s? Well, it depends as you get older and that age, and the reference number will start changing. The top number is going to start coming down. But usually, like I said, this guy was 40. An average range is usually between 150 and 170 is what I usually see a normal 40-year-old guy at. And that could be different, though. If it's somebody that's in better shape or their IGF-1 is better, then it is what it is. But normally, that's what I'm seeing. They're like right in the middle of the reference range. So usually, it's usually at top is 300, and they're at usually 150. This guy was at 155 originally. Can you say the
just before that?
Yeah.
I was looking for my blood work because the range is up to 300.
Depends. People are different, right? As your age, if you're older, your reference range goes down.
Isn't the number on the chart something? I don't have my chart here, but isn't the number? I'm just speaking about the paperwork that it's done on. Isn't the number up to 155?
No, it could be up to like 200, 250, 260, 275. It really depends on the age. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually the younger a person is, the higher
I'm talking just the marker itself. Like for T, it goes up to 900.
Right.
And then it's the individual on the range. But on the blood work for IGF it goes up to, you're saying 300?
You go to 350. Depending on age. There's a younger cat, it's going to be 350. Like if they're 18 and above to like, let's say 20s, maybe 30s, it's like 350. When you start getting over that hump, then it starts going down and down and down. Usually 300, 250, 275. You'll see those different numbers.
So the reference range is in age brackets for IGF.
It's the reference range is determined by the age of the patient. That's correct.
I got you. Okay, good. You're going to know that, not me.
Can you say the name of that stack? Titan Transformation Stack. You guys can call or text us 727-389-3220. How do you work on that? Like, do you recommend Smarellen? We did that one. How can I even both sides of my arms? One's bigger than the other. Any pro tips? And can I get on the Titan crew? I'm ready. So we were just talking about that. I think we talk about this almost every week. I think it's a big
There's
issue.
a lot of imbalance with people.
Obviously you want to do more volume, a little bit more volume and more weight on the other side if you can do it. Obviously you're doing a little bit more than the other side that's already set. You want to put more volume, a little bit more weight, give it an extra day, whatever it is. Using like Hercules Potion would be a good one to enhance this, to help bring out that, that muscle as far as that goes, build it up more. And hopefully that'll be good.
Yeah, Hercules Potion's a big one for really feeling it.
Yes.
And great recovery. Yeah, Hercules Potion's good for so many different things. That's right. You guys put that down on a comment on Hercules Potion and also the great blend that they have for recovery.
Yeah.
When it comes to IGF.
Yeah.
Testosterone, AOD for that nighttime stack recovery.
Yeah. This week we've got our Titan Trifecta package as the therapies of the week, and this is a big one. So if you want Hercules Potion, you can get these other two: ECA Stack Plus, Titan Complete, and Hercules Potion. It's usually over $600 something. It's $490 for the package to get all three. So 30 shots of Hercules Potion, 30 shots of Titan Complete, and 60 ECAs. So that's a hell of a deal, guys. Can I go from 18.5 body fat to 15 by late May? Yeah, you could do that. If you're doing all the right things. Dialed in, body's all dialed in, hormones are all dialed in. Even if you're using a GLP, probably like Retta, you would get that down pretty quick.
What is his name? Bradley?
That's Brady.
Brady. Why 15? Because 15, I mean, depends on the individual. 15 still seems a little thick. Why not go down to like 7% by May? Right?
That's a good amount. At least half, right?
Saying, well, he's got 12 weeks.
Yeah.
He's got 12 weeks to do that. So why 18 to 15? I don't understand why. That's not much of a. It's like, hey, can I put 10 pounds on my bench? In 3 months. It's like, yeah, you could do a lot more than that, though.
Piss in the morning.
Yeah.
Realistic goals here. Realistic goals.
Freak realistic goals. Get this guy done. Hey, man, get sliced. Let's go. May. Because then you listen, you're May, you're going right into the summer. You're looking at June right there. So you're looking sharp, dog.
Yep.
So, yeah, next 12 weeks, get down to 7%. So you just, obviously, you know what you're doing with the nutrition. So you change that up, start off process. And then Johnny's just nailed the testosterone stack, right? Boom. With the AOD, you're loaded. Hercules Potion, better workouts, more execution there. You're rocking and rolling. You're 7% looking like a freak. Only thing I'm going to say is do not blame us for breaking up with your girlfriend and getting even a hotter chick by June.
Yeah.
So that's not on us. That's you.
How long would you say it takes to notice the physical benefits and visual benefits from Iprol and Testosterone? I would say almost immediately, guys. Like, you should start getting like better benefits as far as sleeping wise right away. I mean, within the first 30 days, you should start seeing some different changes and going on in the body for sure, 100%. Especially if you're doing the right things. If you're doing the right things, you're going to see expedited results.
And that was my point on that last one. He's going 18 to 15. Yep. He's doing half-ass stuff. He could be ready for a contest in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So do the things right. Crush it, man. Crush it. Give me another one, Jeffrey. A little spicy one if you got one.
A little spicy.
A little spicy. A little spice up.
It says repetition reaches ceiling. Volume is the only way to get stronger, right? I thought weight would get you stronger. Right? Pushing more weight, probably going to get stronger pushing more weight and going up in weight than you are volume. But I guess volume, I don't know. Mike, what do you think about this?
It all works together. It all works together. There's a rep range that you do with the volume. Obviously, the volume is a key element to doing it, but it's all of it. So.
Is it okay to add testosterone if you're on testosterone? Absolutely. This is one thing that I want to tell a lot of guys out there. If you need hormone replacement therapy or testosterone replacement therapy, you're most likely going to probably want a GHRP because most of people, if they're declined in some of these hormones, other hormones are probably average or on the decline too as well, especially growth hormone. Because as we age, same thing happens. Start getting less, start withering down more. So at that point, I would say anybody that's on HRT and needs it, that they should definitely add in, if medically able, to add in a GHRP. So testosterone, I think, is phenomenal. And Jordan asked, where do I buy stacks or peptides? TightMedicalCenter.com, 727-389-3220. And we got to watch out because there are some copycats out there, Mike, that I'm having to go after, like this Joint Titan and all these other things. It's crazy. So
I'm going to help John out here because I think that this question kind of shows you where we're at here. So these are two completely different things. These are working off of two different things.
Yep.
So the question here, again, for everybody that's here is it okay to add testosterone to when you're doing testosterone? It's like you're talking about two different things.
Yep.
Can I have a car and some gas to make the car go? It's those. So for you guys, Tuesdays are about this kind of question right here. For you guys that don't know, that's fine that you don't know. Now this guy understands. One is going to stimulate the IGF and it's going to help you recover and grow. And then the other one is going to support your testosterone levels, which will help you burn more fat. So many factors of what testosterone can do for you, for the mind, for the body, for the connective tissue, for the bone density, for you not aging as fast. So those are two different things. And they work great because now you're going, I'm not just taking care of a portion of my body and forgetting the recovery, which most people think, hey, I'm just going to just do the one. Okay. But the blood work tells you everything.
Right.
And that's what Johnny's here for. The blood work tells you everything. And so again, great question. You don't know that those are working off of two different things. But again, we don't know if you need either.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, when we see the blood work, maybe you need both. Mm-hmm. And so get the blood work done. Johnny's just so nice and stuff because he's getting these questions bombarded at him every single day. And he hopes that you have some type of research with Chat GPT and doing a blood work that you can kind of look at and go, okay, this is all over my head. Let me talk to somebody like this guy and his team to find out what I should be doing and what shouldn't I be doing, instead of the guy at the local gym that's broken out with traps up to his ears and no legs going, hey, this is what you need to do.
It's so true, guys. It is definitely so true. Have a medical provider looking over it, monitoring things and making sure everything's okay. That's a peace of mind. You know, that's definitely peace of mind. And to the back knee problem, like, I mean, see guys like that all the time. Like, you got this awesome physique, you built this awesome physique, but you can't take your shirt off of the beach because you look horrible. Looks like connect the dots all over your back and your front. So at that point, if that's happening, that's probably an estrogen issue for most of you guys out there that are taking testosterone anabolics. So don't just think you're going to get a wash and just get rid of it for good. I'm telling you, there's a lot of problems go around with that, imbalances. Hey, Mike, would you recommend switching the order of workouts around, or would you keep compound lifts first?
Yeah, you always switch the programs around, right? Depending on what you're getting ready for. Are you doing a power program, or you want to slice and dice? You're trying to be more active and work different ranges of motion. It always switches. Yeah, that's what you always get that plan set up 12 weeks and you know what you're doing. And then the next 12 weeks, you decide what you're doing too. And then besides changing that, the support of the nutrition for what you're going to decide to do, that goes into play.
Can you explain the reverse grip deal on bench? What is focusing on? Focusing more on, I guess. I mean, different reverse grip. I mean, different angle. I mean, that's working the chest in a different way, right? All the way. I mean, underneath, especially.
Here's a good one.
Does Titan have a skin product? Yes, we have GHKCU. So I just got this big time person, and she came through as a referral from a couple different of our friends. And GHKCU, that's one, right, for skin right away. Another one is glutathione. Glutathione is great for the skin. When we were talking to her, this person that came through, GHKCU comes in an injectable. Would definitely recommend doing the injectable. But if you have a problem on the outside of your skin, okay, rashes or spots or pigmentations that are off, you can use GHKCU topical to hit those areas too as well. So you can use it for your skin. You can use it to apply to the skin too as well and do the injectable, and you're getting double the bang effort there. So that's one thing I would say. And like I said, glutathione is another good one. And those were the main ones I would do for skin. The other one that I would add in is if you did the glow, which is GHKCU, KPV, TB500, BPC. Usually when you're hearing me and Mike talk about healing peptides, it's about acute or chronic injuries, but we really don't talk about the repair of skin. And that is one thing that TB500, BPC can definitely help too. So if you have wounds or you have acne or bad things like that, this can help along with that too as well. So GHKCU would be the top, injectable and topical possibly, and glutathione. Those would be my main ones. And then I would look at maybe like BPC or a glow package or something like that. And if you got the glow package, you wouldn't need to get the GHKCU injectable because it's already in that. So you get one shot, 4 different peptides, and then one topical, maybe with glutathione. I would start, and at that point, you got 3 things you're doing, and this would definitely clear up the skin. If it's for acne, right? So we do have a process or a product or 2 products that go together. We've got our acne protocol, and our acne protocol comes with 2 different things. One, it comes with a benzoate, like a wash, and this wash is great for using the shower or bathing, however you want to do it. And then afterwards, you'll get these clindamycin pads. And after you wash the areas and dry the areas, then you'll use these clindamycin pads over it, which clindamycin is an antibiotic. So you're getting an antibiotic getting rid of that bacteria that's on the skin, whether it's face or back or chest or wherever it is.
I like it, Johnny. I like it. What do you see there? Do you like?
What do you guys think about pork in your nutrition? Is it beneficial? I like eating pork here or there, like a pulled pork sandwich. It's probably not the best. It's probably the fattiest protein you're going to eat. And if you're Muslim, you're probably not going to eat it. But I'm not Muslim, so I do eat pork. I don't like bacon. Sharice doesn't like bacon, but me, I might eat a little bit here or there. I'm not a big guy. Maybe a ham sandwich.
Oh, oof, you got to talk to me about this. Yeah. He's like, he does like bacon.
Hold on, I don't eat bacon anymore.
My heart was. It was. Oh, I love bacon.
I'm not a bacon guy no more. I'm not a bacon guy. I used to like it. I used to like it crispy. I used to eat maybe 3 or 4 pieces. And I'm like, I really don't. I don't know. It really doesn't do a big thing for me.
All right. I actually had some last night. We were trying to decide for Titan what he was going to eat. He was hungry, and I said, I'll take 4 strips of bacon, 4 eggs, and some bread. Had a little breakfast for dinner.
Hey, that's good. I might eat a couple pieces of bacon. I just don't eat it
No,
that
you
much
won't.
anymore.
No, you don't have to do it for me. You don't have to make me feel good on your birthday month.
I like ham sandwiches though. I like ham. I like boar's head ham.
I won't say any jokes about bacon either. So, all right.
How can I grow as a teen when I don't get much sleep from school? You got to get sleep. This
Oh
is
my
the thing. You got to get
gosh.
sleep, dude. You got to get sleep.
Oh,
You
you're
know,
killing me with that.
Yeah, you guys got to understand. These younger guys got to understand. Like, you're putting in all the work, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're not sleeping. You're not gonna grow, dude. Like, you got to sleep. So, Peter's like that too, and he's like, I can't go to sleep at night. Well, you can't go to sleep because you stay up every night, and your body's in that routine of staying up every night. You got to force yourself to go to sleep and to get on a good sleep schedule. And that might take a little bit of work on your behalf, but this is what I would recommend. You wake up a couple hours earlier than you usually do for school. Go through your day. Go home. Do not take a nap because most kids will come home and take a nap, sleep, and then they wake up and they're up all night again. Try to stay awake as much as you possibly can. Sleep that night and try to go to bed as early as you possibly can and get in that routine. If you get in that routine, it will become a routine. And at that point, you'll be able to get it. And don't say that you can't make the time because at that point, schools get out like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. If you got sports, you're going there for 2 or 3 hours. You're doing some studying at home. You're going to eat dinner. And then what are you going to do? You got free time and then you got time to go to bed after that. So, prioritize what you want to achieve. So if you want to achieve the physique and you want to grow, you got to prioritize sleep. So at that point, like this is one thing that's essential, guys. So for you teens out there that want to grow, even Peter, and it not sleeping not only affects you not growing, it will affect hormones too. Your testosterone might lower down a little bit. Like these are things that I've seen through blood work with Peter that I'm trying to get out to you guys because a lot of guys his age are not getting blood work like I give Peter blood work. So I'm seeing things like with an average like 14 to 16-year-old because I've been doing it for the last 2 or 3 years with him, and I'm seeing changes in him, and it's by his effectively by what's going on in his environment, what he's eating, how he's sleeping, what he's drinking water wise, all these things are affecting him. So I can luckily optimize Peter and I know what to look for and I can run the blood test. A normal guy like you is probably not going to get that much attention or overlook or oversight, I should say. But at that point, do the right things because it's not only just going to affect the way that you're growing, but it's going to affect different things down the line too as well.
So you guys, mostly you youngsters, pre-puberty, it's funny, you do just a little bit of research and you'll see how important sleep is and your height. So when you are pre-puberty and your sleep habits are not good, that's where you're getting your height. So regardless of what your genetic makeup is and what you're supposed to be height-wise, because you have bad sleep or don't sleep, you ain't reaching it.
Right.
It's the most amazing things that your body, and if you just understand a little bit, you would go, holy sheesh. It's like one thing that we agreed on, me and baby mama, is that sleep is overall. And so if the kid's sleeping in the morning, we're an hour late to school.
Right.
In no point do we change anything on that. And the one thing that we can do and document on it, and this is already the science is there telling you how you can grow in the sleep and how it affects the ends of the bones so they do lengthen. Yep. And it's like, holy shit, it's protein, a shitload of protein, animal protein, and sleep.
Yep.
And so the coolest thing about that is that it's like the reason why my son is still staying at 120 on the percentage scale of height is because of the fact that the two things that we go, I don't give a shit. I don't care that he's an hour late to school. He's going to bed at this time. He wakes up when he wakes up. If we get more sleep, I'm cool with this. And for you youngsters before puberty, this is it. So you sit there and you go, well, I weightlifted when no, it's about your sleep and a high quality of protein, beef protein that helps those ends of the bones grow to your length that you're supposed to be, or even better than. That's it. There's no discussion here. Now, if you're going through puberty, then it's the proteins, good, healthy carbohydrates, and that can utilize it. And again, sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing about you youngsters is like, oh no, I'm up late and I'm up this. Like, you only get a certain amount of time until you're 25 that you get this amazing growth spurt.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to waste that shit. It doesn't make sense. And it's why I'm so lucky that I utilized it. And that's why I was 275 by 15. And then I go, okay, great. I maximized my youth, my puberty, and all those ages. And then I just got to retain it through a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Do not waste it. Get your sleep. Yeah. And just figure out the priority of things that you got to do. Your eating, your proteins, don't waste that youth. That one hurts me because you're going to go, well, it is what it is. This is where I'm supposed to be. No, you set yourself up to be that.
Yeah.
My guys that are all my friends that are these freaking ridiculous 6'9" guys, and their kids are big kids genetically. And Titan is staying height-wise with these kids. And I'm not no 6'9" guy. And so it's cool to see that you feed them right, you let them sleep and be healthy. How much more those kids, look at your kid. Your kid's towering over me. And he was towering over me almost at 14, 15.
Yeah.
So it's like, take advantage of this, guys. It doesn't hurt me that you don't do this. Or you go, well, I like staying up late playing video games. Cool. Doesn't hurt me. Doesn't hurt. Yeah. But man, you're gonna wish you just kind of took care of your health at a young age. And then your parents should be telling you this stuff too, though.
Absolutely. Parents should be pushing it down. That's what I'm saying. That's the most important thing as a parent. You gotta lay the structure. You gotta lay the groundwork for your kids. They don't know some of these things. They have no idea. So until you do something like this, you set a network or an outline or something for them. Like, it's just not going to go good.
So I'm glad this teenager asked this, but you parents out there, this is where you use the word force. Get them to sleep. My parents used to they hit the power rack. Clink, lights are off. 8 o'clock. They just shut, because there's 10 kids. They're not going by and going, everybody going, hey, get to bed. They just, old school. I love it. I like that one. That was a great question for you, for kids.
Hey, Mike, I'm struggling to dial in my diet. How do I tell my beautiful Italian wife to stop cooking the exquisite homemade pasta and breads? Here's what you should be really doing here. If you're struggling with your diet, maybe a GLP, maybe at that point you can only eat so much of it, even if it's there in front of your face. At that point, utilize it though too. I mean, if you're getting this great home cooked food, which a lot of people do not get home cooked meals. So if you have an Italian wife that's cooking home cooked meals, I probably wouldn't tell her to stop, but maybe she can change some of the different, recipes she's cooking you to as well. Add in some of these different things, but add in maybe some good proteins and stuff like that aren't as fattening for you or don't have as many carbs. I mean, you definitely want some carbs, but at that point, if you're trying to diet hard, you might want to look at some of these different tools you could have. Yeah, that's a good listen. I never complain about a beautiful wife cooking you food.
I'm going to go the opposite of John here. What I'm going to say, I'm going to go complete opposite. I'm going to say check into Superman's or Ironman's over at Titan Medical and take care of business. So she's too tired to cook that good food for you. And that way you stay on your diet, my man. That way she's happy. You're even happier. You're not getting that extra cooking because she's too tired. Get over to Titan Medical. It takes care of everything in the home front.
So you know with girls and guys, right? There's two different hormones that release obviously after you have sex. So a guy's hormone releases, and basically it's a release to go to sleep. That's why most guys turn over and fall asleep. For girls, it's the opposite. The hormones they get released at that point actually keep them up. So they want to bother you, want to lay in your arms and talk afterwards and all that. That's where that really comes into play. So, if you really knock it out of the park, she might be cooking more food. You never know.
Man,
but at least it burns more calories.
He picked up an alley-oop and he took it and then he just swatted away. All right, what do we got, man? Oh, see, John's got a nice one at home. She don't cook like that.
Yeah. No, she don't. She did when she cooks good though. Hi, Mike. Just want to know how to bring up a lagging body part. My right leg is a half-inch smaller. Would you recommend I do to bring it up? I'm 57 and been a fan since 89. Wow. Old school here. I think we talked about it before, doing more volume, doing more weight on the other side that you need to. Obviously, using Hercules Potion. I mean, at 57, I would definitely do a full panel blood test, see where those hormones are at. You'd probably get up a lot better if testosterone levels were optimized. Everything looks good there too as well.
You're 57. I'm assuming you've taken care of your health. You look healthy. Looking at the picture here, clean, fresh, coherent. Make sure the blood levels are good. Make sure that's all good. Maybe when you're lifting, just mentally focus on the one side, and then come back to me next week. Let me know how you're feeling, focusing on the one side relative to the other. You've been training probably a while. If you followed me since the 80s, you've probably been training as well. Not many reasons except my humor to follow me. So, yeah, hit me back next week. Let me see if you can focus a little bit more, and then also just your blood markers. Is everything working correctly?
Yes, that's key.
Let me just run down this list here.
Do you recommend recording all workouts? I mean, you can if you want to.
We do.
I don't record every workout, but you can if you want to. There's sure people out there recording every workout or everything they do all day. So, to look back at or to post or to keep yourself, accountable, I think it's a good idea if you can.
Yeah, I like it. We film for different reasons. The obvious reasons I won't get into, posting. But and I have since my dad retired, would go with me to the gym, would make sure my depth was in a good range, my explosions, form was pretty. And I do a lot on the warm-ups, just making sure rotation, knee position, what I'm feeling is actually what's happening. That's another one. That's a huge one that we don't really talk about. The weight might feel, freaking heavy on the back. And then I watch it and I'm like, man, but it's moving. Or it's feeling light and I don't know how fast. And so it gives me understanding that I am thinking everything's correlating. So yeah, I have no problem with it. And then just delete it if you don't need it. Or like on a lot of warm-ups and stuff, we just delete it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, at least you got it. Where do I buy stacks or peptides? Type medicalcenter.com. Just call or text 727-389-3220. What's a good place to start if I want to have a career in the fitness industry? Love it and would like to do full time, but not sure where to start. Thanks. Any advice is awesome. Type Medical Center can help you. I mean, first you got to get the body, you got to get the following, you got to find some sort of niche, some sort of information you're giving out, something of like that to want to influence anybody. You got to do something that's going to set yourself apart. I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody wants to be a fitness industry or fitness influencer, and they can't all be the same. Otherwise, they won't be that good of an influence.
Yeah, compete. Go get a personal training certification. Start training people. Understand how to lift, and then create your physique as you're working through this process. And then I wish you would have said, what would be the reason to do the fitness industry? Is it because you love it, or is it because of fame and money and stuff?
Right.
That would be.
It should be for your body, for your health. That should be the first thing you get into fitness for. And then two, I mean, as you advance through and you really want to influence, a lot of people, they don't want to become influencers. They just became influencers by what they were doing, whether they were helping people or they were giving out information to people or whatever it is. That's what truly gets people to follow you. It's if you have do it to be genuine and not ingenuous. So if you're doing it just to make money and just to, get the clout, then you're probably doing it for the wrong reasons. You're probably not going to be successful because people they can see through that shit. So at that point, just be genuine in what you're doing. Look at Sam Sulek. I mean, he wasn't a trainer, right? I don't think he was ever a trainer or anything like that. He started putting out like gritty videos. And at that point, he started gathering a following from people who were watching his gritty videos. And at that point, he became a major influencer. He became a pro too. So, I mean, he's won some pretty big contests at that point. Whether that was because it was influence or not, it doesn't really matter because he won, and that's what it is. And nowadays, it's kind of like your bank account. It's kind of like your reputation. Your reputation's online. Everybody sees online what you are and who you are, and whether that's a fun or not. I mean, that is what it is. But that's what a lot of people see. They might not never know the real person who it is.
Johnny killed it. I do want to answer this before we go today. I don't know of any facilities. 12 years old is a great age to definitely start lifting. I would do gymnastics or wrestling also. Get him in there for another thing that helps the body grow is the nervous system. And before puberty, nervous system is the most important part of development for a child. Believe it or not, crazy how the nervous system is the most important part because it's going to show them mechanics, how to connect. So it's a very important part. And those two things, gymnastics and wrestling, will teach them that. And then other sports, whatever sports you want. As for lifting heavy weights at 12, again, I go back to him just being able to do isometrics, him being able to flex the body, pull-ups, push-ups, handstand push-ups, those kind of things is my recommendation. And you can follow me, or Titan has a YouTube that how we train him. Donnie, what did you do for Peter at 12 besides the trend?
Yeah. Peter was playing multiple sports at 12 years old. He was playing basketball. He was playing baseball. I think right then was the last year. Played flag football was the last year. And then he was taking he was doing personal training at that point. I was having a trainer. I remember I had Drew doing it at first, and I had somebody else doing it afterwards. But Peter would go do strength training. He would do all different types of things, different workouts and stuff like that. Strength conditioning training too as well. That's what we were doing. We were just doing as much as we possibly could. One, with the athletic and the sports side, and then two, trying to get him stronger and doing that, which we're still doing it right now. It just is what it is. Hopefully we can get him a little bit more size by the next year, and I'm gaining hopefully for 15 pounds on him at least. So we'll see if we can get it on him, but that's what we're doing. Sports was a big thing. Sports was a huge thing for us.
That's what you should do, man. Thank you for this question here, guys. Remember, get on over right there, Titan Medical. Yeah. Get jacked, take care of yourselves, and talk to John's team over there. Very, very bright individuals.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Got one more. Can I do one more? I paid for this too. Any advice on osteoarthritis while training? BPC TB500. Great for inflammation before you go train, even before your day starts. This will help the osteoarthritis. I've got it in my arm, so I know how it is. There's another drug, Celebrex, that could help a little bit too as well. You can look into those, but I seen that, so I thought we'd say it.
All right. There you go. What's above there, though? I don't have the eyesight.
Big fan from South Africa, Mike. P.S. I'm your new dentist internationally. Need some work international, Mike. He's there for you.
South Africa. Love it, man. Thank you, my friend. We got any more down there? What do we got? You got that one already. Got that one. Done. Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. All right.
You gonna keep the party going?
Guys, I will see you later this week. Thanks for hanging out.